Some people spend their lives scattering thorns on the paths of others, thinking the universe isn't watching. But fate has a brutal memory, and when the dust settles, it teaches the loudest ones a painful lesson. The same trap they set becomes their own downfall. The game flips. The hunted becomes the storm. Chosen one, the universe has a rhythm. It balances what ego tries to tilt. There is a cosmic scale no one escapes. Not the critics, not the deceivers, not even the ones who laughed when you were down. And right now, that scale is swinging in your favor. They thought your silence meant surrender. They mistook your calm for weakness. What they didn't see was the universe aligning behind you like loaded thunder. Because when a chosen one is pushed to the edge, the whole cosmos shifts to pull them forward. The same eyes that mocked you are now haunted by your rise. Not because you're vengeful, but because your elevation makes their sabotage look pathetic. Let this burn in your memory. When they tried to dim your light, they only made it brighter in the dark. You were never the background character. You were the plot twist they never saw coming. So if you feel this truth in your bones, if you know this message was carved into your timeline before they ever doubted you, pause for a second and make sure you hit like and subscribe, because this is only the beginning of the storm they can't outrun. You're not just growing, you're becoming their karma in human form. This isn't just a video, it's a mirror held up to your destiny. What's unfolding right now doesn't happen to just anyone. Only the chosen are built to carry this kind of shift, and only the chosen can even see it for what it is. Stay with me until the end, because what's coming next will confirm why you were never meant to fit in. You were born to realign everything. Number 1. Stop thinking this is random. You were summoned for a purpose, not by accident. They chase thrill, status, and applause, blind to the deeper shift that's quietly rewriting the rules of this world. They think what's happening is random, but the universe doesn't make random moves. It recalibrates in silence before it roars in public. And right now, it's separating the surface players from the soul walkers. You, chosen one, were never built for comfort. You were wired for collision with your calling. That pounding in your chest, that tension in your mind, it's not anxiety, it's alignment. It's your internal compass screaming that the atmosphere around you no longer fits the blueprint inside you. You're not crazy, you're calibrated. Your senses have been sharpened to detect shifts others can't feel, because you were never meant to float in their illusion. You were designed to lead when everything collapses. You feel disconnected not because you're lost, but because the system around you was never designed with your frequency in mind. You're not out of place, you're ahead of schedule. Think about it, greatness is always born in obscurity. Before anyone saw the genius in inventors, leaders, legends, they were just weird, just quiet, just too much or too intense. But history keeps receipts. The very ones they laughed at, they later couldn't stop quoting. That's what's happening with you. You're the storm that comes after their comfort zone dries up. And this isn't just philosophy, it's real life. Look at people who rose from nothing. Those who the world ignored until the world needed their voice. They didn't rise because they were chosen by men. They rose because pressure built them in silence. The silence you've suffered in. It was never empty, it was sacred. It was the universe reshaping your identity without the noise of the crowd. But here's the truth they won't tell you: growth costs. And now, the old version of your life is falling away. Habits, people, patterns, even places. You're watching things dissolve, and it hurts. But that pain isn't punishment, it's precision. The universe never asks you to release what's essential, only what's expired. What once made you feel safe now feels suffocating. The friendships that once lit you up now drain you. The dreams you had last year, they feel small compared to what you sense is coming. That's not confusion, it's expansion. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. The universe is pruning you, not to leave you barren, but to make space for what fits your new soil. You're shedding your old identity, and it's disorienting. But trust this, roots don't scream while shifting, but they do snap into deeper places beneath the surface. And right now, something in you is reaching lower, stronger, and more aligned than ever before. This is not your breakdown. It's your blueprint finally syncing with the universe's master design. Number 2. Don't misread the delays. Every detour was proof. You're on the right path. They thought the delays meant you were denied, that the silence was a sign you were forgotten. But what they never understood is that the universe doesn't rush those it's about to reveal. Chosen ones aren't pushed out into the spotlight. They're carved in the shadows. And every detour you took, every door that closed, every plan that shattered, wasn't punishment. It was positioning. You were never off track. You were just being rerouted away from traps disguised as opportunities. See, they measure progress in speed, but you were being trained in depth. While they were sprinting toward shallow applause, you were being taught how to carry weight, spiritual weight, emotional weight, generational weight. And that kind of strength, it's not forged in instant gratification. It's born in delays that break the weak and refine the destined. Every no was a locked gate protecting your name from being dragged through rooms your purpose didn't belong in. Every heartbreak was the universe tearing you away from the familiar so it could make space for the phenomenal. They laughed when you disappeared, but that pause was your rebirth. You weren't stuck, you were sacredly still. And now, because you waited, because you didn't beg your way through the wrong door, your arrival will echo louder than their applause ever could. Remember this, detours don't deny chosen ones, they define them. Number 3. Quit expecting normal. What's coming will shatter comfort zones and false foundations. Chosen one, it's time to let go of the fantasy that anything about your journey will ever be normal. Normal is a setting on a broken system, a blueprint built for sleepwalkers, not for someone wired to wake the world up. You weren't designed to blend into comfort. You were born to disrupt it. What's coming next isn't going to politely knock on the door. It's going to tear the hinges off. This next shift will shatter illusions people have clung to their entire lives. False friendships, shaky structures, lukewarm loyalty, all of it is about to be exposed. Because the universe doesn't elevate the chosen while leaving old lies standing. It has to collapse the stage before the truth can take the spotlight. This is the purge before the purpose. You've felt the tension building. You've sensed the curtain being pulled back on people, on systems, even on yourself. And now comes the storm that doesn't ask permission. It clears what's fake, so what's real can finally breathe. The foundations others trusted, they'll crack, but you'll be rising while the dust is still in the air. So stop expecting normal. Normal is what nearly broke you. You are not here to play small in familiar spaces. You are here to rebuild reality. And trust me, after this quake, nothing shallow will survive, but you will. Number 4. Don't sink with the world. While they spiral, you were meant to rise in power. When the world starts to shake, most people cling tighter to the very systems collapsing beneath them. They chase trends, echo panic, and drown in the noise, mistaking motion for progress and fear for wisdom. But not you, chosen one. You weren't built to ride their sinking ships. You were designed to walk on storms. Look around, they're spiraling, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Every scroll, every headline, every fake smile is a mask for the void they can't explain. But you You've already seen the cracks in the facade. You felt the emptiness behind the applause. You sensed the deception in the distractions. Why? Because your eyes were never meant to be blindfolded by illusion. You were called to clarity. This chaos, it's not your enemy, it's your elevation. While others collapse under the weight of artificial identities and shallow attachments, you're being pulled upward by something raw, ancient, and real. Every time you choose silence over drama, focus over frenzy, and truth over trend, you rise. And every inch you ascend makes them more uncomfortable because your stability reminds them of what they lack. So let them spiral, let the noise crescendo. You're not here to chase peace. You are the calm in the middle of the storm. The world may be unraveling, but this is your unveiling. While they sink in confusion, you are rising into purpose, power, and position. Chosen one, this isn't your downfall, it's your launch. Rise anyway. Number 5. Stop looking for surface wins. This shift is spiritual surgery, not just success. Chosen one, it's time to stop chasing the glitter. Not every shine is gold, and not every opportunity is alignment. What's happening in your life right now isn't just about climbing ladders or collecting trophies. It's about being cut open and rewired from the inside out. This isn't a glow-up, it's a tear-down and rebuild. Surface success looks good in pictures. It feeds the ego. But what you're walking through, it's surgery without anesthesia. It's the kind of shift that rips out the counterfeit and replaces it with raw, unshakable power. You're not just being elevated, you're being transformed. That's why nothing feels the same. That's why the applause doesn't matter anymore. You don't crave attention because you're tuned into something deeper, something eternal. You're not here to impress, you're here to impact. Let the others chase fast wins. Let them scramble for validation. You're in a different season. The universe is stripping away your illusions. It's not punishing you, it's positioning you. This level requires clarity, and clarity often comes through chaos. This is why it hurts. This is why it's lonely. Because this isn't surface-level success, it's spiritual surgery. You're being cut away from everything that was never built to hold your destiny. And when it's done, you won't just rise. You'll carry a power that can't be faked, bought, or duplicated. That's not just success, that's sacred. Number 6. Don't dismiss the energy around you. That disruption you feel is a divine activation. Don't dismiss the static in the air. That disruption around you, the strange silence, the sudden chaos, the shifts in people's energy, isn't just noise. It's the sound of reality rearranging itself because you're stepping into alignment. What feels like confusion is actually the universe recalibrating everything around you to make room for what you were always meant to carry. Chosen one, you've likely noticed how things have stopped feeling normal. Old routines don't satisfy. People you used to vibe with now feel foreign. Your body, your sleep, even your emotions, they're all in flux. That's not dysfunction. That's activation. When a system upgrades, it glitches first. And right now, your system, mind, body, soul, is catching up to the blueprint you were born with. Others may say you're overreacting, that it's just stress. But they don't understand the chosen life. They don't feel the pressure of destiny shifting the ground beneath their feet. Only those marked for something greater feel this kind of intensity before the breakthrough. This disruption isn't a breakdown, it's the prelude to divine movement. You're being positioned, and when something powerful is about to erupt from your spirit, everything around it shakes first. So don't retreat. Don't numb it, feel it, own it, walk through it, because this chaos is the echo of something extraordinary waking up inside you, and when it fully activates, nothing in your world or theirs will ever be the same again. Number 7. Stop playing small. You're not just invited, you were marked as chosen. Chosen one, let's be clear. You weren't sent here to blend in like background noise. You are the headline, not the footnote. So why are you still shrinking for people who could never handle your full frequency? Playing small might keep the peace, but it costs you your power. You weren't invited to the room to observe. You were written into the blueprint to transform it. The universe didn't whisper your name into this era just for you to second-guess your impact. There's a difference between being welcomed and being marked. And you carry the mark of someone born to shift generations. Others were trained. You were triggered by divine timing. They waited for opportunities. You became one. Every time you've tried to shrink to make others comfortable, you've betrayed the energy that's been invested in you. You were never called to fit in. They just couldn't decode your presence. And that's fine. You're encrypted for those who move at your level. Stop apologizing for what they can't understand. They didn't see what you survived. They didn't feel the fire you walked through, but your silence didn't go unnoticed. The universe has already prepared the elevation. This final step isn't just a rise, it's a reveal. The ones who overlooked you will now witness what they never expected. The one they ignored is the one leading the way. And no, it's not luck, it's alignment. You've outgrown smallness, and the world is about to adjust to your size. Number 8. Don't fold under pressure. You endured what broke the boldest, because you were built different. They threw storms at you expecting to watch you drown, but instead you built a ship with the pieces of everything that was meant to sink you. That pressure you felt, it wasn't meant to destroy you. It was the weight that carved your edge. While others collapsed at the first crack, you held your ground as the ground itself shook beneath you. You've walked through fires that should have turned you to ash. But here you are, still breathing, still standing, still chosen. Why? Because you weren't built from the same materials. You were wired with a different kind of resistance, the kind that can't be taught or imitated. You're forged, not fabricated. Pressure didn't break you, it revealed you. Most people mistake silence for surrender, but your silence wasn't fear, it was formation. You've mastered how to suffer in secret and rise without applause. And that's why they'll never understand how you made it. You didn't fold, you flexed under weight they couldn't even carry. This is why the final step is here, because you've already proven you're made of more. And now, the same pressure they thought would crush you is becoming the very platform that will elevate you. You didn't just survive, you upgraded in the fire. Number 9. Quit trusting the fake. The shaking isn't chaos, it's cleansing. Let it expose everything. Chosen one, what you're witnessing around you isn't madness, it's maintenance. The universe is sweeping the stage clean before your next act, and everything fake. It's crumbling, not because it's random, but because lies can't hold up under the weight of truth forever. This shaking isn't meant to break you, it's built to reveal them. You see, false people, fake loyalties, and shallow opportunities, they flourish when things are quiet. But when the storm comes, when the pressure rises, when the frequency shifts, they can't survive the altitude you're about to reach. They start falling apart because they were never built to go where you're going. You've been wondering why certain friendships feel heavy, why old habits don't sit right anymore, why some doors slam shut in your face. That's not rejection, it's redirection. The illusion is being peeled away. Let it. Let the masks fall. Let the empty voices fade. Because the real you is rising, and the fake can't breathe in your new air. This is not chaos. This is a universal purge. Everything that was camouflaging itself in your life is being lit up under a spotlight, and your discernment is no longer optional. It's required. The truth is, What you thought was stability was just a performance. And now, the curtains are being ripped open, and only the real will remain on your stage. Don't fight it. Let it all fall, because the real ones don't scatter when the ground shakes. They step forward, just like you're doing now. Number 10. Don't fear the fire. You were forged for it, while others will flee it. Most people panic when the flames rise. They run from the heat, blame the smoke, and beg for escape. But not you, chosen one. Fire doesn't destroy you. It defines you. While others crumble in the heat of change, you're the one it shapes. You weren't just exposed to the fire by accident. You were born from it. The same pressure that melts the weak forges the weapon. The fire you're in right now isn't chaos. It's craftsmanship. It's the universe turning up the temperature not to burn you, but to burn off everything that isn't aligned with your final step. Weak attachments, false narratives, imposter identities, gone. Not because you lost anything, but because the flame demanded only truth survive. You're not in danger. You are the danger, and that unsettles people who built their comfort on your silence. That's why they run. They can't withstand what you walk through. They were spectators to your suffering, but won't survive the furnace that made you. So the next time it feels too intense, too lonely, too unstable, remember, this is how rare metal is made. You are not being punished. You are being purified. And when this phase ends, the fire will still be crackling, but you'll be untouchable, because real power doesn't come from avoiding the heat. It comes from learning how to command it. Number 11. Stop fighting the shift. Heaven already approved it. You just need to align. Chosen one, every time you feel the ground trembling beneath your feet, it's not because you're breaking down. It's because the map beneath you is being redrawn. The blueprint of your life is shifting, and the coordinates no longer match the places or people you've outgrown. This is not chaos. It's calculated redirection. You keep asking why it's getting uncomfortable, why the energy feels strange, why people are falling away without warning. It's because the old version of your life has expired, but you're still trying to live inside it. You're clinging to expired timelines that no longer recognize you. And the universe, it doesn't wait for your comfort. It waits for your cooperation. This is not the time to beg for clarity. It's the time to move like you already know. Because deep down, you do know. You've felt the shift building. You've heard the silent alarms in your spirit. You've seen the signs, but hesitation keeps you stuck in the hallway between who you were and who you're becoming. Let go of the illusion that comfort equals safety. It doesn't. Comfort is what traps the majority. But you, chosen one, are not here for average. You're here for alignment, and that means releasing what no longer reflects your elevation, even if it once made you feel whole. Stop resisting, stop second-guessing. What's pulling at you is not a coincidence, it's a cosmic invitation. Say yes. Number 12. Don't hide anymore. The world's been waiting for the warrior in you to step forward. There comes a point where silence becomes a form of betrayal, not to others, but to yourself. You've spent years shrinking, softening your light so others could stay comfortable in their shadows. But chosen one, the world doesn't need another imitation. It needs your raw, unfiltered fire. And it's time. You didn't survive what you did just to blend in. You weren't given vision, resilience, and scars just to keep them hidden behind a polite mask. The world has been moving in chaos, and your presence, your voice, your truth is part of its final recalibration. You're not too intense. You're not too much. You're the exact amount of disruption this system needs to wake up. The truth, they tried to break you because they sensed what you'd become if you ever stepped into your full force. That's why they mocked your silence, doubted your potential, and hoped you'd stay invisible. But the silence was your training ground. The pain was your sharpening stone. And now the quiet one is about to roar. This isn't a season for hiding. This is your unveiling. The world has been gasping for a new voice, and it's yours. Walk in, head high, no apologies, no filters, just pure, undeniable power. They thought you were sleeping, but really, you were loading. And so, chosen one, as the final step approaches, remember, this isn't chaos, it's alignment. What felt like isolation was preparation. What looked like delay was divine strategy. The world is shifting because your moment is arriving. And now, you don't just walk forward, you take the lead. If this message pierced something deep in you, it's because you were meant to hear it. Like this video if it awakened something in your spirit, and subscribe to stay aligned with the truth that's unfolding. This is your time. The final step isn't just coming, it's already begun, and you're standing right in the center of it.